All right, we are back with another Pick'em video. It is Wednesday, March 4th in the NBA. We have a 6-game slate today. Not the best slate, honestly, but there are a couple games in there that I'm really liking. And of course, I got some plays that I'm really liking, and that's what I'm going to share with you guys today. So if that sounds cool, go and leave the video a like, give us some good luck, comment something down below, especially if you made some money yesterday. We had some good reads yesterday, and like always, we are going to start today's video with a recap of yesterday's video picks. And other than Derek Queen being a complete bum, that was our only loss, it was a great day. Kel'el Ware, absolute legend, came through for us at the end of that game. A little sweaty, but gets it done. LaMelo Ball had an okay game, just didn't get there. we knew this line. I don't know how else to explain it. This line has just been too high. I don't know why it keeps being this high, but he's just ending a little bit short of this pretty much every single game. I don't know his full tally on the PRA, but he had like 28 or something like that. Just stayed short. And then Javon Carter got it done for us. 10 points in 30 minutes of play. We knew he was going to get that extra boost of time without a few guards on the team, and he pulled through for us. So up 1.64 units. Love to see it. Let's try to do it again. Ride that momentum into today's slate. And let's start with the first play. So jumping to Props Madness like we always do. If you're watching this video and you're like, I got to try this thing out, you can. Link in the description down below. You get 25% off your first month, and it lets them know that I sent you there. And our first play is going to be an under, and it's going to be on a Boston Celtic, Neemias Queta, under his 7.5 rebounds. We're getting plus 100 on this thing. And you're like, dang, he just came off a 17 rebound game. What's going on with this guy? And I will say, Queta, a little bit unpredictable on the boards. He's had some monster games, and he's had some absolute duds. I mean, this explains it perfectly. 2 rebounds right here, and then 17 rebounds in the next game. But I hate this rebounding matchup for him. You can see in the Props Madness columns, it shows the rebounds allowed. The Hornets rank number 1. They don't allow a bunch of rebounds. Defense ranked to position, so it's 2 centers. They don't allow a whole bunch. Offensive rebounds, defense rebounds, they're not allowing any rebounds. They're a very good team at not allowing a lot of boards. And we can see similar players, or I guess just positional players, a lot of these guys are not getting their lines. Only 4 of the last 15 centers getting their lines against this team. And a lot of them are way under their lines. Namely, I'm going down to Sengun, 2 rebounds in 32 minutes. Capella, 4 rebounds. He doesn't get much time on the court. But Okongwu, 29 minutes, 3 boards here. Jock Londale, another guy that doesn't get a ton of time on the court. But even just going back to like Jalen Duren, 20 minutes, 5 boards. Must have got hurt or something. I don't know, maybe foul trouble. But a lot of guys staying well under their lines is what I really want to get to. Wembanyama, 8 boards here. They just don't allow a whole bunch of rebounds to centers. And why is that? Well, it's because it's another team, kind of like the Celtics, that shoot a whole bunch of threes. So long rebound opportunities are going to go to these other guys, typically not the centers, chasing down these long rebound opportunities when a lot of threes are going up. Another thing, the Celtics don't allow a whole bunch of points in the paint, and you got guys like Diabate. These guys aren't like massive scorers, so dude like Diabate isn't going to be shooting a whole bunch of volume. It's going to be these other guys. So when a shot goes up, Diabate's looking for that offensive board. Queta's got to put a body on him. So without Diabate shooting a whole bunch, Queta's not going to be the guy that's going to be typically grabbing those rebounds unless a guy like Diabate is shooting a whole bunch. And Cockbrenner has lost minute after minute after minute. Grant Williams is going to be a guy that might extend the floor a little bit. So Queta not going to be in a great spot here to get a lot of rebounds. So I can understand why the Hornets don't allow a whole bunch of rebounds to these center positions. So I like Queta. He just had a monster game. He just had a day of rest too. But since Vucevic has come here, and he's come here for now, how many, 10 games or so. He's averaging around 22 minutes. I just checked. His highest minutes per game in any of these were 28, lowest being 15. So I'm going to go to the games so far this season that Queta's played 15 to 28 minutes, and we're going to go in these difficult rebounding matchups, and he's only over in 4 of 14 games. So I really like this. It makes a whole lot of sense. Queta on Diabate, not going to be a lot of volume for him to get the rebounds. He'll have to be boxing out a guy like Diabate. Other guys getting longer rebounds. So Queta, love the dude, but the under's plus 100, and I love the value a little bit better. Jumping to play number 2, it's going to be an over for a guy that's in a new place, new faces and new places. Jonathan Kuminga, over his 13.5 points, minus 105 is the price. And if you want to look at the games he's played with Atlanta so far, he's over in every single game, 27 points, 17 points, and 20 points. Now, are these the hardest matchups in the world? No. And the Bucks have Giannis back. Yes, but these guys played earlier in the year. I honestly don't think Giannis played in this game, but Kuminga still had 24 points in there dealing with Miles Turner down low. So yes, they give up a lot of threes. I think he'll shoot a couple threes here. Just, if he knocks them down, that'd be great. But he does do a lot of his damage inside. They do get to the free throw line a decent amount. This Bucks team does foul a decent amount. Now, it's not the most amazing matchup in the world, but I just love his volume and what he's been able to show on the Atlanta Hawks so far. He's got new rejuvenated life in this league, and they're running him out around 25 to 30 minutes. And this is him coming back from, time off and everything. So I think the minutes might even just go up and up and up. And you can also see this is a 21-point win. This is a 30-point win. This is a 34-point win. So I don't know if it's a closer game, if he's going to get more minutes or less minutes, but he's looked pretty dang good. They kind of bought low on this guy, sending out Porzingis, who barely ever plays, and they got a young stud who was obviously disgruntled in the Warriors system, and now he's got new life. So I like Kuminga here. He's done it already against the Bucks. Played 34 minutes in that thing, but he only hasn't seen less than 24 minutes on the Hawks just yet. And if he's going to get 24 plus minutes here, we're looking at a pretty good hit rate. Is he going to get 36 minutes? Probably not. We haven't seen him in a close game just yet. But we'll keep it, 24 to 30. We're still hitting a 50% hit rate. But again, these are all the games on the Atlanta Hawks. And I don't hate his matchup today. Can he score inside the paint? Might be a little bit tougher, but they're going to allow a whole bunch of threes. He's knocked down a couple threes in each of these games. I guess, 3-1-1. Hasn't been shooting a ton of them, but he never really does. But if he can get some open looks from three, get going, and then maybe get to the free throw line a little bit, drive a little bit. We'll see how Giannis looks. He hasn't been back very long. But I just like Kuminga here. His volume, his usage when he's on the court. He's an absolute spark plug off the bench for this team, and that's probably his role today. And I love what I'm seeing. Maybe you won't even see Giannis down low, but we'll see how many minutes he gets. If he gets like 20 minutes, this is a bad read. If he shoots like 20%, but he shoots a high volume, it's a good read. He just didn't get there. And again, he's looked great in his new team. And this matchup against the Bucks doesn't scare me too much. It's not like a team that really locks down the paint and or doesn't allow free throws. Jumping to the next play, it's going to be an over for Kawhi Leonard. Now, this line is suspiciously weird to me. Kawhi's line is 6.5. You can find this for plus money, plus 100 on FanDuel. I'm taking this at plus 127 on Novig or ProfitX, probably Novig here. But yeah, just wild plus money for a line that he's been hitting. Pacers give up a decent amount of rebounds here. And there's no Zubac anymore, which is a 60% hit rate without Zubac in the lineup. Boardman gets paid. That's Kawhi Leonard. And John Collins won't be out there. So games without John Collins, games without Zubac. He's over this in 3 or 4 games and pretty much averaging, 7.5 rebounds. So it's a whole point higher than this. Doesn't make sense to me that this is a plus money play. But yeah, the Pacers give up a ton of boards. Rebounds allowed to his position, 29th ranked, rebounds allowed in general, 28th ranked. You go look at this team and you can see there's a bunch of guys questionable, might not even play out there. So if these guys continue to not play, that's just lesser players out there going against this Clippers team, who, by the way, are home. And that's going to be more opportunities for some rebounds. Now, the spread might rise. Maybe Kawhi loses minutes here, and that's going to be the scary part, I guess, if this is a monster blowout. But it's an 11.5-point spread right now, and you can get a blowout in any game, any night, whatever. It doesn't really matter. 11.5-point spread, sure, it might be a blowout, and that would suck. But if it stays within 11, Kawhi should get his normal run, and that's going to be around 30 or so minutes today. So I like the spot. With no Zubac, I'll show one more time. It makes sense for Kawhi to be a bigger rebound here. Do the Pacers give up a lot of rebounds? Yeah. So if they can stay relatively close, I like Kawhi's chances of going out there and grabbing 7 boards, especially for the plus 127 payout. I think that's absolutely crazy. But yeah, let me know if I'm missing something on this one. Sure, he has had some duds. He does have some duds here. And the filters don't like, rebounding, favorable matchup. It's not like that makes it that much better. Defense to his position. It's not like it makes this some crazy hit rate. Pace, sure, it goes up above 50%, but I can't really find a combination of the filters that make sense in this game that I'm like, dang, this makes a whole lot of sense. But I will say games with Benedict Mathurin, you can see that like teams with rebounds allowed, it's an uptrend here where, he can get some rebounds against really good defensive teams that don't allow a whole bunch of boards. And then he also can't. Like, this is a 3rd ranked team in terms of rebounds allowed, 8th ranked here. And now he gets the best matchup he's had so far, 28th ranked in terms of rebounds. So it's a weird one. There's not like a crazy perfect filter thing to go to where I'm like, look at this, 80% hit rate. But I know Kawhi can get some boards in a hurry. And without the 2 big guys on the team, it makes a whole lot of sense, especially, again, for that plus 127 price tag we're getting. And by the way, just because I just made a play on it, if you want to sign up for Novig, there's a link in the description down below. It lets them know that I sent you there. You get a little kickback your way. And also, Novig's pretty much available in almost every single state. So if you're a state that doesn't allow sports betting, it's a really good opportunity for you guys. And sometimes they have the best prices out there when you're looking for, game lines or whatever it is. It's literally Novig because there's Novig in their line. You're going up against other players. So really, really cool app, very easy to use, and might as well check it out. Novig, Link in the description down below. Jumping to the next play here, it's going to be an under for Chet Holmgren. Minus 105 is the price on his 16.5 line. And this one's reading just like the LaMelo Ball play, but almost even better because this is a really tough matchup for Chet Holmgren. His lines are just too inflated, and they've been too inflated pretty much for the last 2 weeks or so, only going over his closing line in 25% of the last 20 games, which is kind of nuts. But yeah, his unders have been feeding families. It's a little bit lower than it usually is. His line has been around 18.5, 17.5, but we'll probably get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in here, and I think it's probably going to be a big Shai game. How do the Knicks play defense? They lock down the paint. Are they going to go have spot up opportunities? Not really. They're locking down that too. They're just going to let these high usage players, these pick and roll guys, kind of do their work, and that's how they play defense, and that's why they had a pretty good season so far this season. Now, he hasn't played these guys this season. I'll point that out right off the bat. I wish he did, but he hasn't been going over this line in a whole bunch of times. Let's check out the games he's playing. Teams that don't allow a whole bunch of points within 10 feet, 60% of those games. How about just teams, ranked in terms of points in the paint allowed? He's going up against Mitchell Robinson. He's going up against Karl-Anthony Towns. This dude is not the strongest dude out there for sure. He might get bodied around a little bit. Does he step outside and knock down some threes? We'll have to see about that. But points in the paint allowed, they rank number 4 in these challenging matchups. He's only over in 43% of games. And the last thing I'll point to is he's not very good on the road. You can actually see just in general, 35% hit rate. It actually might go up here, but away games, 40% hit rate. But put him in an away game in a difficult matchup like this, and he's not delivering too much. 28% of games he's going over in these difficult points in the paint matchups. These teams he's going up against big bodies down low, or teams that just funnel outside the paint and don't allow it inside. He doesn't do very well. So away game for him. We'll see if this one stays close. 4.5 point spread in favor of the Thunder. We'll probably get Shai in there. He'll probably have a lot of the offensive load on him. That's crazy. But yeah, 16.5 points, taking the under, minus 105. I like the price. And also look at all these guys going under. Players that play like him. Mobley, Vucevic, Sarr, all under against this team. Naz Reid, Turner, Naz, again, all under against this team. So Chet Holmgren, not the best matchup in the world. Hopefully stays under for us. I think the only thing that would beat us if he comes out there and starts like 3 of 3 from deep, we might be cooked. But otherwise, I'm liking it. If you hate the Chet line on the under, go to the Shai over if you want to. I probably won't, but just to kind of nail it down, look at these high usage players going up against the Knicks. A lot of these dudes are scoring. That's because they make it harder for them to get their assists. They make it harder for them to find rim runners, going to the rim, alley-oops and things like that. They make it harder to find guys on these spot-up opportunities and finding open guys in that situation. They'll say, Shai, you can go out there and score 40 points. If no one else can score, you're probably not going to win the game. So that's how they're a good defense overall, but you see some big games for these high usage guards and things like that. So Shai, you can go to the over if you want. I'm just going to take the under on Chet Holmgren. Jumping to the next play, I'm going to go to GG Jackson for the Grizzlies. There's a ton of question marks for the Grizzlies right now, and I think we're going to get great CLV if some of these guys get ruled out, and the Grizzlies have been sitting guys left and right, and they're at a back-to-back here. So go look at the injury report right now. Scottie Pippen Jr., Ty Jerome, Santi Aldama. A lot of dudes are questionable when some of these guys get ruled out, because I would assume some of them do. Grizzlies don't want to win for the rest of the season. I assume some of these guys get ruled out, and I think GG Jackson's line will rise, and we're going to get great CLV. That's at the end of the day what you always want to do. But GG Jackson's also been playing extremely well. If some of these ball handlers get ruled out, I like his opportunity to get more high usage players into the terms of the assists because he's going to be a little bit more of a ball distributor. He's going to have the ball in his hands a little bit more. That's going to in turn be some more opportunities for some scoring. So I like both chances. He's got a great matchup to go out there and score and assist the ball. Transition, that's great for scoring and assisting. Pick and roll ball handling, free throws, he can get to the line a little bit. Guys just positionally going over their lines a whole bunch against this team recently. The Blazers have not been great, so I'm liking GG Jackson. I think we're getting a great CLV opportunity here if some of these guys get ruled out, but even if not, GG Jackson's been great in the expected time he should get on the court, 23 plus minutes. He's over this in 63% of games. So liking the spot, liking the matchup, liking the opportunity for some really big upside if some of these dudes get ruled out on the back-to-back set here. So that'll do it for this one. We're going to jump into the recap real quick, but first shout out to Pickett. If you guys are not on Pickett and you want to be tracking your plays, Pickett, seamless, free app for you guys to use. Sign up using my code RichPicks. Again, totally free for you guys to use. When you sync your first sportsbook, that's how it works. It does it all automatically. You just sync your sportsbooks. They just give you $3 or $100. PayPal, Venmo to you. All you got to do is use code RichPicks. And again, Pickett, completely free for you guys to use. Absolute no-brainer. You want to be tracking your plays, Pickett's a place to do it. And you get the kickback anyway. But yeah, we only have a 6-game slate, but I got 5 plays, all 1-unit plays. We got 5 units down, had a winning day yesterday. Let's try to ride that momentum Hopefully March will be a great month for us. But Queta under his 7.5 rebounds, plus 100. Some good value on some of these plays too. Kuminga over his 13.5 points, minus 105. He's been great. Just needs to keep scoring, keep putting the ball in the basket. And in that bench role, he's going up against weaker defenders. Kawhi Leonard over his 6.5 rebounds. This one's weird to me. Plus 127 price tag. Doesn't make sense. No John Collins, no Zubac. Kawhi Leonard should turn into the board man. Chet Holmgren under his 16.5 points has not been hitting this line very often, has not been hitting his closing line very often. With Shea back and how the Knicks play defense, I'm thinking it's much more of a Shea game than a Chet game. And then G.G. Jackson, this could be a great CLV play with a couple guys questionable on a back-to-back. I would assume some of them get ruled out. And G.G. Jackson, even if none of them get ruled out, has still been pretty good in the time he's getting on the court. And, of course, the points and assist line, this one's going to be carried by the points line. But if you can chip in with 1 assist, that's all we need because his normal points line's at 13.5. So I like his opportunities if a couple of these guards get ruled out to get some extra, maybe 2 assists. That's all we would need, and upside for more than that. So those are the 5 plays we got down. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, of course, leave it a like, comment something down below. Give us some good luck. Let me know if you hate some of these plays. Let me know if you love them. Let me know what you're going to. And, of course, let me know if you guys got plays of your own that you really like today, and I'll try my best to get back to all of you. But thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one, hopefully recapping another winning day. And check out all the links in the description down below. Pick it. Free bet tracker for you guys to use. Props Madness, that was a tool I was using all throughout the video. And, of course, my Discord community where you get access to all my plays and a fun community where other people are also sending all their plays. And we got some pretty good dudes in there. So check us all out. $10 if you want. Discord, $10, 50% off your first month. Try it out. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.